Hey everybody, welcome back to BK's Bullets. Today we get another overview of the new editions of trades of a series you might already own. In this case, we are doing the Death of Superman. This is 5 volumes. Yes, there's 5. Here's the other one underneath this one. And I upgraded these for myself for my birthday, basically because they were doing the same cool thing that the Nightfall trades were doing. These are, I don't know, 2 or 3 years old, maybe 4, because they did this cool thing with the spines. Look at the spine. Right there, bloody Superman logo. That's going to look fantastic on my bookshelf. They're all numbered, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're all new printings. The last time most of this stuff was printed, and this is basically like if you're not getting the omnibus that's been reprinted and reprinted a bunch of times, the last time these volumes were printed was, I don't know, a long time ago. This was printed in... I can't tell, it says 93, but I know it was more recent than that. There's the DC Star. Then they upgraded with this one. But this one I had around a lot longer. Let me see, Superman Doomsday's got to have a printing number on here. I did go through all of these just now. 2006. Thank you, Superman Doomsday. You actually did something good for once. So this was printed in 2006, as was this one. Up until that time, you could only find Death of Superman and the World Without a Superman trades. They did not print his return until 2006, which is kind of wacky. So I remember seeing these trades, especially World Without Superman. Like, look at this one. This doesn't even have a new DC logo. It's got the old classic DC bullet on there. But this one is a 2006 edition, as you can see by the spine. So I bought all these in 2006. I've read them all only once. And I really liked it. I really did like reading this big behemoth of Return of Superman. And then you get to this one, Superman Doomsday, and you're like, wow, look at those 2 big behemoth books. So the strange part is, when we, look at all these books together, this is 4 volumes, this is 5, you can kind of tell the reprintings anyway are a little thinner. Look at that. Little thinner. So I'm going to save some bookshelf by about a whole volume, basically. So that is nice. And we will go through each and every book and kind of discern what's in there, what's not. They're mainly the same, which is nice. There's a couple of additions and a couple of subtractions when we're talking about this one, but we'll go through them one by one and talk about what is there and what is not. So let me reorient these so that we can go through them one by one. Okay, let's go through it. Death of Superman. It's just so weird about the corner and the table, and trying to get you guys a good frame. So apologies for the messiness here. But Death of Superman. So we got 2006 printing, and I think there are older printings of this book in particular, but this is the more recent one that they had been pushing out there. You got the list of names of everybody who's involved here, and you got the new version. So this is just the new title font. Basically runs through all. You got the Superman logo and then the same font up here with the title of the volume. So yep, same cover. This has just been recolored a little bit. You're losing the sun spotlight, obviously. I like them both. So the covers are kind of recolored in these books, but the inside is not recolored, and I think that is just fine. Thank you very much. So let's open up this new volume, Return of Superman, Death of Superman. All the creators here, and then we have the 4 pages of Doomsday returning, 2, 3, and 4. So the old volume also had this. We should kind of start right up here, and then we go straight into the first page of the first issue, which is Superman, the Man of Steel, number 18. So there's your side-by-side there. So you can tell when in all of these volumes, when they need to spare a page, basically to make the pages work out, because this has a double page spread coming up, I'm sure, is the reason why. Maybe somewhere else in the volume. They used the grave marker here, you know, kind of thing. Here lies Earth's greatest hero in all, at least the first 4 volumes. I don't remember seeing it when I paged through the Superman Doomsday trade. But, so let's look at the coloring here. Here's the side-to-side page, you know, side-to-side. See if we can zoom in. Too much. There you go. Okay. So this one you can tell like the greens are a little bit different. What you might be able to tell the biggest difference on is if you look at Doomsday's hand here, there's distinctly like 2 different shades of green on this arm, and then on this one it kind of looks like a muddy kind of thing. And that's because these older 2006 trades are the older newsprint stuff. And let's turn the page actually. Let's look at that. With Doomsday, so you can kind of tell it's a little bit brighter. Look at the Doom on the bottom here. This is kind of faded and, you know, not, I guess, muddy. That's because the paper is darker, whereas the newer printings, you have this nice glossy paper. Obviously, you can see all the shines in the videos. But the colors are more probably true to life, although this probably does represent the reading experience back in the day if you were reading them in single issues. I'm not sure, I wasn't reading at that time, so I can't say, but at least if you buy these, like if you were to buy these digitally, this is more akin to the colors you would see on your iPad or computer monitor or whatever. So I just thought that was interesting. And definitely on these 2 pages, let's look at these. So look at these computer monitors and stuff. You can definitely tell what's going on this one, whereas this one, maybe they did recolor it a little bit, but it's a different shade of blue. It's lighter over here than it is over here. This panel is definitely way more readable than this one. That's for sure. So paper quality matters, especially when you get a chance to read all these and reprint these. That's nice. One thing I was wondering with this new edition is, would they do the fold out on this one? They do not, unfortunately. Let's skip to the end here. Spoilers, it's called Death of Superman. So the contents of the new printing are the same as the old, with one exception. We'll get there. But what's cool about this book is that you start off doing a bunch of panels, like 4 or 5 or something, and then as each issue gets closer, they kind of reduce the number of panels. So this one, they're kind of following it, doing 3 panels. 3, you know, here's a lot more. Let's get down, keep going. Here's 4. Here's, you're doing like 3 panels per page. You can see here. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 in different combinations of how they lay them out. And then you get 2 panels per page as you get into the next issue. So your fight is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Till finally the last issue is Superman number 75, the big Death of Superman issue. Now here they do keep the sun on the cover, so that's interesting compared to, it's basically the same as the old one. The other older versions of the trades also do not have covers. There's no cover gallery, where here they separate the issues, so you know which issue you're reading. That's very nice. But as we get to Superman 75, it's all single-page splashes. So you get these really big moments until the very end. And apparently, this was like some weird... this was on the left, so over here. And then it kind of seamlessly folds. So you can see like Doomsday's leg or something over here. See if that woman's face. Yeah, I don't know. There's something missing. Maybe I'm confused because Bloodstorm's in here too. Maybe this was it. Anyway, this was like a 3-page panel spread or something where like you opened it up and then you saw this image inside. They did it kind of weird. I've seen a video of it online before, and I think maybe they do it in one of the omnibuses that's there. But they don't do it in the trades, but I think it works pretty well. Just okay. I mean, the reading makes sense. but it doesn't have the big impact that it does when you're like opening a big multi-page spread that's nestled inside here. I've seen it done before, like the Ultimates 2, Volume 2 does that giant-ass spread, but I guess they're not doing it for Superman. So this is the new material that's not collected in the old versions. This is News Time #1. So this is like a simulated magazine with fake ads. This one is for Ferris Aircraft with Green Lantern. You know, just different articles inside the universe of the effect of the death of Superman and all this other stuff. So I've never read this before. This should be pretty interesting. I think this is a new piece of art they did for the magazine. Stuff like that. So, and then we have some pinups in the back. The previews cover. I think that's the end of that. Oh, promotional image. And then Doomsday sketches. And then actually, yeah, promotional poster art used as a window cling for Superman #75, which they actually reused on the Superman Doomsday. So that's interesting. What did they do? Yeah, and they reuse it on the trade for that as well. Because I guess the original trade paperback, which is this one, which I own, used the same thing. I don't know. It's cool. So that's Death. Let's go to Volume 2, World Without a Superman. But in this version, it's called Funeral for a Friend. I'm going to move these out of the view here. So that one had one extra issue. This one, you can already maybe kind of sort of tell it's a little bit thicker. Does have one extra issue as well. So originally this is 9. And this one is nice enough to give you the covers on the back. That's how old this trade is. Funeral for a Friend 1 through 8, plus this 9th issue, Adventures of Superman 500, I think it is. So this one, here's the back, same bloody thing. And then this is, you find out in this one, this is a image from a poster. So that's the new cover, not the picture of Lois here. You don't lose this one in the new printing, you'll see. But they do put in, what is this? The Supergirl and Team Luthor Special #1. That is in here, right before that last issue. There it is, Superman Adventures 500. And then here's the Supergirl and Luthor Special. Let's find the cover so you know which one I'm talking about. If you're an old school reader, there you go. So yeah, that is the one extra issue in this volume that's not there before. But what's also cool, there's the cover, so you're not missing that old cover. Here's the poster that they recolored for the cover of this volume. Here's everything that's in here. I guess these are all the alternate covers, maybe. So that is cool. And then we get to the big kahunas, Return of Superman. This is the old volume, and this is the 2 newer ones. So you get Reign of the Superman and Return of the Superman. So the new volumes compared to this one, obviously they're a little bit easier to read. They're about the same thickness. This is maybe expanded a little bit, but they're about the same. But they do contain more issues. Just in the back here, when in the Return of Superman volume, the new Return volume, over this one. So what they also do is they get rid of the weird like prologue issues, which is kind of misspelled. But this is like an intro. I don't know where this was published, to all the different Supermen that return here in the Reign of the Supermen before we get to the first issue. So maybe that was in a previews or something, but we start off, I think, with the Eradicator. Yeah. So that is also here with all the different artists. Here's Steel, Superboy, Cyborg Superman, and then Superman Action Comics, Born Again. There's that colorful page we were at. So this is pretty much the same. Not much worth going through in here, except everything still stays the same. Like the coloring is much brighter because of the paper quality. And then, is there extras? Yes. character designs and stuff like that that were not. Here's some other covers. That's pretty cool. They were not in the original volume. In fact, none of the covers to the individual issues are in this first 2006 printing. So I'm excited to reread this and look at all the covers and stuff. Pretty cool. So one of the other things that's in these volumes that's not in the old ones is these collect the annuals from that era. So this one has Superman Annual number 5 and Man of Steel Annual number 2. So those are the Bloodlines annuals. I don't think they really tie into the overall Superman event, basically, but they do have more stories of the false Supermen interacting with the rest of the DC Universe in the Bloodlines event. So that's that. That's basically the only thing that's included in here. That's not in this. And then for part 2, we have Return of Superman. There's a spine, same back. And then same thing here. It includes 2 additional annuals, Superman Annual 5 and Action Comics Annual 5. More Bloodlines event annuals. They're kind of interspersed throughout here. And then this does have some more issues. It has 2 more issues in the back past where Superman returns. So I think the last one we get here is Who Disguises Clark Kent. And even this, in the old printing, this is not the full issue. It skips a bunch of pages in the middle here and then ends with this page, which is a beautiful, I think it's Jackson Geis or Butch Geis. I think it's Jackson. Beautiful page, Or Die Trying. But this page does not exist at all in this new printing. I was trying to find it because it's such a stunner of a page, but I don't know where it is. I couldn't find it. So let's find that issue. So we get like 2 or 3 more adventures of Superman after he came back, basically. So this is the end of the event here with the black suit. Yep, that guy's Superman. So yeah, I think this one was in here, but you don't get a whole lot of like other adventures in the back of this one. It's like, here's Superman, everything's all hunky-dory. So like this whole story in here is not there. Yeah, and then this is basically like once the Superman comes back, they give you like half of this issue, Who Disguises Clark Kent. Here's the cover. So I've seen these pages before. And then it goes to here in the old volume. And then right after this, there's a whole 2-page spread. I was like, what is this? Whole rest of the story that you don't see. They skip over here. In the old volume, Supergirl says bye-bye. She says, or die trying. And they don't say that. Oh, he can die all right down here. But the caption is on this page. Somewhere. Maybe not. Anyway, I think this, yeah, that last page was like a recreation or a version of this panel, but I don't know. I'd kind of like to have that page in the back, but it's not here. This is the rest of that issue. Not quite clear if that's the Phantom Stranger or what. Then what's also weird is this Funeral for a Friend epilogue. This is Superman number 83. So this is in the publishing order. This is Superman reuniting basically with the rest of the world at that time. There it is. This is not in the old volume. Here's Superman interacting with Asbats. What, you say? What, Brent? Asbats? Yeah, pretty crazy. Parallax is, or Green Lantern, Alan Scott, Sentinel is in here as well. And then here's like a poster. So not as much designs as in the first volume, but some character designs in here. So that's neat. So where is our big kahuna? Number 2, Superman Doomsday. So you're going, Brent, come on. This ain't worth it. Look at this sucker. And then look at this. Well, my friends, the Superman Doomsday volume to the right here, published in 2006, actually contains 2 issues concerning Doomsday from this book. Our World's at War, volumes 1 and 2, which has also been recollected into one edition. which I'm getting also very soon, so we'll do a video on that. But basically, they use Doomsday in here, and Superman interacts with him. I guess the idea was, like, it was the most recent time Superman had interacted with Doomsday. I'm trying to see if I can flip to it. Probably not. But Doomsday goes up against an Imperiex ship. Actually, this is it, I think. And what's weird about that the Superman Doomsday book is they say, like, you know, here's what's been going on with Imperiex, and then this happened, and guess what? Lex Luthor is, or that wasn't the issue, is president of the Earth. And you're like, what? But yeah, I think they're in this volume 1. But yeah, they just threw them in the back. Doomsday Protocol. Yeah, this is one of the issues. They threw them in the back of this book for no reason at all, even though they had, like, nothing to do with those issues. So that's why this is so thick. It does have Evan McGinnis art back here. But here's the Doomsday Protocol issue that we were just looking at. Yep, here's previously page, Doomsday Protocol. So this Superman Doomsday book, same newsprint idea. There's Imperiex and all this other nonsense. Has nothing to do. Here's Ed McGuinness later on. I don't think this... Actually, this might not be in the Our Worlds at War. This might be a separate thing. Maybe that's why it was included. But they did mention Imperiex. Like, that's when he got loose and they used him. So maybe it's a little sad to lose this, but does it have really much to do with what's collected in here? I don't think so. So everything else is the same. Once you lose those two issues, you lose Doomsday Protocol and Doomsday Rex. You have everything that is included in here. How that makes up for this, you know, thickness difference, I have no idea. It's like half the size, basically. It's insane. But again, with the new printing, you get this kind of recolored, retouched up cover. Same interiors, same thing on the spine, so you're carrying over the spine. And you also get covers. You did not get covers here in the old version. Does have an intro by Dan Jurgens. So here's an intro to Superman Hunter Prey. That intro is not here. Huh. So that is weird. This also has Doomsday Annual number 1, which is also in here. And then Doomsday Wars 1 through 3, that's also in here. I wonder if it's at the end. Maybe not. But anyway, so what is in the Superman Doomsday volume? Well, this is basically where we found out, like, where Doomsday came from, what his origin is. Superman goes on an adventure with Wave Rider concerning Doomsday. So it's like the next 2 times Superman encountered Doomsday, they made it into these mini-series and stuff so that they could, I guess, hype the hell out of it. I mean, this was the being, after all, that killed Superman. Dan Jurgens does a lot of the writing and art in this book, which I can't fault because I love Dan Jurgens. He is just classic Superman for me, so high five to him. There's a cover to the annual. Never seen that before. But yeah, basically, like, Doomsday is some Kryptonian thing that's been killed and rebirthed so many times that he just lost his mind and is now a relentless killing machine. So here's his cover to the Doomsday Wars, Book 2. So yes, this is also in this other volume, but no introduction from Dan Jurgens, so that's a bummer. But everything else is in here. So this one, I think it's worth it to, if you like the recolor, or new pages, not recoloring, the new paper quality, if you like that, I would say worth an upgrade. But losing the other 2 issues, I think, is kind of a toss-up. It really depends. But losing the intro, I don't know. I have to reread that again. Because this volume was I think I said this earlier, this was also the first time they reprinted any of these series in any sort of collection. I could be wrong, but first time I had seen them, and I've been basically at that time going into Barnes & Noble every other weekend just to see what new comics and trades I could pick up. So, yeah, that's why I got excited, because I never read how Superman died and returned, and that's why I picked up this sucker. And then I saw this one, I don't know, maybe the next month. Like, it was out shortly after that. So I picked up this guy. So, all in all, how much does these cost? There's a question here. So I bought these off the shelf. This was $20. This was $20. These old ones, I think this one was $12. $7.50 I paid for that one. Funeral for a Friend. What was that, Superman? Wow, okay. I'll take it. I think Death of Superman is also a little cheaper. $10. So 20, that's 40 plus another 20, $60. What will the new volumes cost you? Well, I can tell you they're going to cost you a little bit more. 25, 29 for return is a little bit thicker. So you're over 50 there, 55. Plus another 20 for Superman Doomsday, 75. $17.99, so let's call that another 20. Oh, 95, and another 20, 120, basically. So $120 versus $50 if you got these to begin with. Now, if you find these old volumes, maybe they're cheaper, maybe they're the same price. So I guess that's really where you got to go and look at where you want to spend your money. Do you want to spend your money on the newer printings, or maybe do you want to hunt down the old ones? Better yet, better advice, wait for a Comixology sale and buy these for like $5 each digitally if you want to read them that way. If you just want to read them once, that's the way to do it. But if you want to have them on your bookshelf with the nice spines, which are all backwards here, not a bad upgrade. Not a bad upgrade. DC does a good job. Will they continue to do a good job with the new, Death of DC and structuring? Who knows? We will find out. But that's the difference between the old and the new with the Death and Return of Superman. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you thought down below. And like, comment, share, subscribe, all that stuff. And we will see you guys next time in the Funny Pages.